Welcome to the ZoCo Podcast. My name is Cody.
And I'm Trevor.
We're back with another podcast for the week.
Another video podcast at that.
Video podcast. I told you I wanted to be doing more video podcasts, so this is what we're going to be trying to do more often. So,
yeah, I think especially now that we're starting to get nicer stuff.
Yep.
This is we're starting to move towards that.
This is that camera that Alex made fun of last week for me buying. But this is Friday. This is what it's for. Yeah. So we want to change up the set, hopefully, eventually.
Yeah, definitely.
And, this is a tiny little room, but
obviously, and we're murking as crap.
Yep. Well, this is our tribute to last week's podcast when we got a little bit political.
Yeah.
But hey, one nation, right? All 50 states.
Yeah. Now, I would like to get a zombie couch, one of these.
A flag?
Like maybe a flag or like a banner or something like that. Something just to put like that. We need more zombie couch stuff in general.
We do. Well, something that Alex and I have talked a lot about is we on all of our projects, we throw our logo on so much, on like everything. And we want to put something else to represent us. Yeah. Because everything, thumbnails, anything promotional that we put, the background for the video.
Oh yeah.
When I don't do a video podcast, we do an audio podcast.
Yeah, that's all.
It's just a picture, and it's kind of boring, and that's why we're doing a video podcast, because you'd probably rather see us than just listen to us. So here we go.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. We'll figure that one out. We'll see.
So
maybe you wouldn't rather see us. If you don't want to see us, let us know, and we'll
just scream at us in the comment section. Do not do this again, and we won't do it again.
Although I do think we've had a few more viewers just from having video alone, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, and
I think it's probably makes it a little more interesting.
The last video podcast too was very focused on one thing.
Yeah,
and very topical on that one. But this one will it's whatever. We don't actually have any particular subject to talk about today, but
see, we should have done this for the butterbeer. It looks more like butterbeer than
it actually does. It has like the foamy top.
It has the foamy top. Going back to that podcast,
yeah,
we should have done this. This looks a lot more like it's cream soda. It's orange cream.
Butterbeer is supposed to be a butterscotch.
Frothy, the frothy butterscotchy.
Yeah, this is orange cream soda.
Yeah,
we like to change it up every couple of weeks or so.
Yeah.
Last week was Jones Soda. But, so we're back with another podcast. And I wanted to talk about grocery shopping. We're talking about getting drinks. California passed a new law. Do you know what that law is?
Oh, that now you have to buy your grocery bags.
Now you have to buy your grocery bags. So, yes, they are better. They're different. They're thicker. They're supposed to be reusable. But
the idea.
That's the idea. We still have grocery bags. So it's taking not buying grocery bags to buying grocery bags. And now they're thicker, supposed to be reusable. How many times do you forget your bags, though, when you go grocery shopping?
Well, yeah, I don't want to get too into that because I could get easily political with this subject right here. But this is just my spiel real quick, just trying not to get too political. The idea behind this is so that it'll encourage more people to get reusable bags, to actually go and buy reusable bags so that they use less bags. That's the idea. The concept of it, though, is what you just pointed out.
But what they did, what they already had, they had the cloth bags. You could go and buy cloth bags. That on a economic value of, I don't think economic's the right word. On an ecosystem, the reason why we're using these different bags is so that we're not throwing away these plastic bags.
Well, that's supposed to be the concept.
That's the concept. But they already had the bags that you don't throw away because you can reuse those. I guarantee people are throwing those bags away. There's one behind the camera.
Yeah, you know what? That's my problem with it, is that this is not more eco-friendly.
Exactly.
Because that's what it's supposed to be, but it's not. It's just...
that's more plastic than the other bag.
More plastic. And that's my problem with it, is that it's like, If you wanted to come up with a real solution with this, you would have created either done more paper bags, which are already naturally biodegradable because it's paper, it'll degrade, or come up with biodegradable plastic, which is very, it's very common. You can have that. But instead of doing that, they come up with this concept, hey, we're going to like tax you on this now. And in fact, the original idea, even if I'm not correct, was that it was going to give a little bit more profit to the stores, and then the government was like, no, we want that money.
Yeah.
That's getting a little bit political there on that side, but that's the concept that I have a problem with this whole stupid law that passed.
And so every Saturday or so, I go and get a few things for us to be able to drink and snack on. And
you forget your bag.
I always forget the bags. And so I try to buy actually not a whole lot because I'm only buying one bag.
Yeah.
I'm dead set on I'm not going to spend more money to buy more bags that I don't need. So I'm just like, okay, I'm going to get one bag. How much can I fit in this one bag?
Yeah.
And, that's what I end up doing. So it's like, it's more of a headache now because you have to keep your bags in your car or, just constantly remembering, I'm going to the grocery store, I need to go buy bags. Or bring my bags with me.
Well, that's the problem is that, you get your groceries, you take them inside, and you don't want to go back out to your car. Why would you want to go back to your car just to put your stupid bags in the car?
I need a shopping cart for my house so that when I go from the store to my car with a shopping cart.
From your car to your house.
And then when I go from my car to my house, I already have a shopping cart and just go boop, boop, and, and then start putting things away.
I've got a brilliant idea. How about we just create a teleportation system where when you go from the grocery store, you can just like, hey, just teleport to my house. And once you get to your house, it's already nicely put away. And
I'm going to blow your mind. They already have that. Amazon Pantry.
True.
You go to Amazon Pantry, you say, this is what I want. And they deliver it to your house.
Well, I mean, even like Vaughn's and Albertsons. I don't know if Albertsons did, but I know Vaughn's and Ralph's did that for a while, whereas you could actually order online. I don't know if they still do that. But that was actually a concept, too, is that you could just order it online and just have it shipped to your house instead.
There's even grocery services now. Not in every county. There's some around here, but not in our county. But there are grocery delivery services where it's an app, and you just say, this is my shopping list. This is what I want. They have items that you can replace. So if you can't find, I don't know, Granny Smith apples, I want Red Delicious apples. And then, they go through the grocery list. They buy it for you. They tell you what they couldn't find.
Okay.
What they replaced certain things with or did not replace because they couldn't find anything. And then it all bills through the app. They deliver it to your front door. You don't even have to do anything. Fantastic.
Well, and funny enough, I would have thought that would have been like a more emphasis lately. I don't hear too much of it though. Most people still go and get their groceries.
Yeah, and mostly because right now we don't have a lot of those services around.
True.
Because it has to go by demand too. There has to be a lot of people within the area.
Demand, yeah.
So, another thing with those bags too, not everybody's doing it.
Nope.
Only certain places.
Well, it's because... Well, here's the thing is because I don't think it's in effect yet, technically, by law.
Yeah.
It's only been... Certain grocery stores have just been doing it just because corporate's like, wait, we're just going to start doing it because it's going to happen eventually. So, like, for example, like I went to Kohl's today. They gave me a bag. It wasn't... I didn't have to charge for it or anything. It was just a normal, Kohl's bag. Same thing, most convenient places like 7-Eleven, Circle K.
Yeah.
Same thing. They don't. Although
gas stations aren't doing it.
Chevron station though,
they
don't provide you a bag unless you ask.
Really?
Yeah, like because I go to Chevron by my work to pick up like a couple of drinks or whatever, and
I never go inside Chevron actually.
Yeah, they never they haven't been giving bags. So I'm like, okay, that's okay. I got 2 drinks.
Yeah.
I don't really care, but it's like I don't even bother asking because it's like, oh, they probably already doing it. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of annoying, but this is where we're at now with California laws.
Yeah. Granted, it's 10 cents for the bag.
It's 10 cents, but
still, just
say you need 10 bags for your weeks of groceries.
That's $1.
That's $1. And if you do that, consistently every week,
it adds up.
That's $52 every single year you're paying for bags.
It adds up. Yeah.
So every time you go to the store, it doesn't quite matter.
Yeah, no.
But if, in the long run, it does start to add up. Unless you just constantly are remembering, put this in the car, put this in the car, put this in the car.
Which, who does that?
Yeah, so, after you put all your groceries away, just take your bags, throw them in another bag, put them in the car.
Yeah, and yesterday was like super windy for us. And I'm looking outside, and I could see those bags just flying in the wind. I'm like, that's exactly what I knew was going to happen with this whole thing. It's like, people aren't going to care.
We've had some wicked winds.
It blew our tree in our backyard down.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, we have
Was it a big tree?
Yes, we have 2 big evergreen trees in our backyard that we planted when we first moved here. So they're like, 8-9-year-old trees.
Yeah.
That these are evergreens. They're really tall. They're huge now. And one's blown back. So they had to chop it up and take it out.
Well, I guess you got firewood for the cold season.
Well, ours is a gas fireplace, so we don't have.
All right. Since we're on politics, I've also heard that.
Speaking of guns,
we won't be able to burn. They're trying to ban burning fireplaces, wood burning fireplaces, because it pollutes the air, and that's the problem with California's pollution. Because you come in, I don't know, let's say you fly into LAX and you touch down, you get outside the airport and you look out and you go, oh, look at all the smog and dirty clouds, and that's Southern California.
LA.
Yeah.
I see a building.
No, you can't see the buildings because there's too much smog.
You see the top of it.
But yeah, and that's what they're saying is part of the problem is people burning out of their fireplaces creates smog. And it's like, okay, now we're getting rid of our primal instincts of we need fire. That's a basic living.
Well, it makes me wonder if people are burning more than wood.
When I lived in Texas, people had burn piles, and it's a southern thing. I don't know. We don't do that here.
Yeah,
I was new to it.
Yeah, no.
But it's like they don't burn their trash. Well, they throw away their trash.
Yeah.
But if it's burnable, they burn it. They throw it out on the burn pile, and then they just burn it.
Yep.
And in most places, you don't have to have any permits or anything. You just go outside and burn it every once in a while.
Yep.
That's crazy. Can't do that here.
No.
It's way too dry.
No, you can't do that here.
There's actually a weather advisory for fire hazard.
No, really?
Because it was not humid, gusty winds, and it was dry. So
I'd believe it.
That's
cold. So
yeah, I know. It's freezing cold outside. Freezing, yeah, I know. It's 50 degrees.
We're Californians.
Shut up, Canada. We get it.
Sorry.
You're cold. Sorry. Oh, boy.
As I'm drinking that. Oh, man.
So, we'll get off politics.
Yeah.
How about The Walking Dead?
I'm behind still.
I'm a little behind. I didn't watch last week's podcast.
I didn't watch last week's episode, and there's a new one coming up, obviously, tomorrow.
Yeah, there's a new one tomorrow, which will already have aired by the time this is on YouTube.
Yeah, I saw the one before that, so I caught up to that point, but I haven't watched last week's. So.
I don't like it. I'm just going to come out and say that now. I really liked The Walking Dead. I was really interested in it. But I feel like every time I watch it now, you get the tiniest bit of information in an hour's worth.
Yep.
Of a show, and
nothing's been happening.
Nothing is happening.
Literally nothing is happening.
We've seen what's going on, but if you were to tell me what's happened, I could tell you what happened in certain seasons, and per episode, it's like, what's going on?
You could describe all of season 7 so far in about 2 minutes.
Yeah. Less
than 2 minutes, probably even. You'd be like, okay, well, episode 1 was this, episode 2 was this, episode 3 was this, episode 4 was this, and that was
No. I could describe it in a sentence.
Nothing's happened.
Nothing happened.
There we go.
Spoiler alert. Negan kills Abraham and Glenn. And then he lets them all go back to their camp. And then he comes back before he says he's going to come back, less than a week later, and takes everything from them. That's season 7. And how many episodes has it been?
This is
5 or 6?
I think this Sunday is 6.
So
Yeah, 6.
we're
7.
Are we halfway through this season? Are they doing the half seasons again?
They always do that.
Okay, so then we're almost done with this half of the season.
Yeah, this is almost.
So we're almost done with this half of the season, and nothing's happened. So I'm not interested in it. It hasn't grabbed me anymore. It's like reading the first line or first paragraph of a book. That's your hook.
Yeah.
Sally died right after she fell in the well. Boom! Why'd she fall in the well? What was going on before that? How did she die? What exactly? Was there a monster at the bottom of the well? I don't know.
Oof, what? Jimmy stuck in the well? Oof.
But Lassie told me that Sally was stuck in the well. I get it. Yeah.
How far? Woof. 2 miles.
So I've lost a lot of interest in it.
Oh, man.
So I really like The Big Bang Theory, actually.
Yeah, I haven't watched Big Bang Theory, but
You should. It's really good.
Oh, man.
The other thing that I was told to watch, I had the recommendation by 2 people, so I watched it. It's on Netflix. Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
Have you watched it?
I haven't watched it. I've heard good stuff about it.
Okay. You're not going to hear good stuff from me.
Okay.
Here we go. So many people
Start
are getting mad right now. Okay, I get it. You know, it had a good premise and all that. But to me, all of it is, I don't want to spoil too much of it for you, but it's just a rebooted Goosebumps.
Okay.
And that's how I feel about it. It's just like we take the premise of Goosebumps and now it's more modern. It's actually not modern because it's set in the 80s.
Supposed to be 80s, yeah.
But I guess it's the same timeline, but
well, yeah, Goosebumps I guess was late 80s, early 90s. It was like
Yeah.
mid 90s. That was all 90s and everything.
so I don't know. I watched the whole season and I wasn't a big fan. So maybe season 2 will be different because even The Walking Dead had a first 2 slow seasons.
Yeah.
The first 2 seasons were really hard to get through. They were so slow, but I don't know. And then it got good, and then now I don't like it. So we'll see.
We'll see where it goes.
We'll see where it goes.
Maybe the second half will be way better. Maybe we'll actually have stuff happen.
I just want to see Negan die. I mean, come on.
They'll hold on to him for a while, probably.
Probably for the whole season. Maybe halfway through next season. They'll probably hold him until halfway through next season, and then that will be their escape. Or they'll probably run away again, and they'll go to a new. Now I haven't read the graphic novel, so I have no idea. They'll probably go to a new compound somewhere where they'll find a place, and everything's gonna be hunky dory again until something bad comes along, and then another Negan and or another
something
governor
worse.
or another I don't know.
Oh,
So
boy.
something
The
always,
dictator.
Oh gosh. Statue of Liberty, the firework, boom, boom.
Oh boy.
Walking Dead comedy hour.
We're gonna see the rise of the Nazis in the
Oh gosh.
in the Walking Dead.
Oh gosh.
Now we're getting into what is it? The zombie Nazi movies.
Oh boy. Call of Duty's come to life.
Oh boy. Oh man.
I guess also talking about movies too. Fantastic Beasts is doing fantastic. I've watched a couple videos and things about it, and there are so many Easter eggs that you catch, but that you don't necessarily grab.
Yeah.
That Grindelwald is actually in the. Okay, I might be wrong about this. This is what I just got from it. Grindelwald is actually in the Deathly Hallows. He's a Snatcher.
Yeah.
They show him.
Yep. Yeah.
Also,
it's when Voldemort's looking for the wand.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know. There's a bunch of things that are very interesting. So what we get to see are the 2 wars, the 2 wizarding wars, and that's what they're going to be doing with the next movies. So this is kind of the
premise.
This is the start of the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Started in the 20s on the year that Voldemort was born.
Really?
So we go back to the flashbacks that Dumbledore was having. And he was talking about learning about this child who had powers, and he's learning that he had powers, and, you know, going to Hogwarts, all that stuff. So now we get to see that. Or I don't know if they'll show it. They might, but they might do a story on that. I have no idea. But
interesting.
Fantastic Beasts is set on the birth year of Voldemort, or Tom Riddle. So at this time, you have Grindelwald and Voldemort. Kind of going at the same time, and what we'll get to see is the wars, the Wizarding Wars, and how that happened. So,
interesting.
So now I am so locked on this, and I'm like, oh, I'm loving it.
Waiting for the next one to come out.
So I saw a spoof though, and it irks me.
What? Okay.
Remember in one, I don't remember. I think it's 5, when they're going to Hogwarts for the first time. Well, not first time, for that year.
Yeah.
And the coaches are being pulled.
Yeah.
But they're not being pulled by anything. And Harry can't see.
Yeah.
Well, at first he's told he can't see them because only people who have seen somebody die can see them, right?
Yeah.
Well, then he sees one later.
No, he sees it in the beginning part.
There's one point he doesn't see it.
Okay, in the fifth one, is when you can see the creatures.
So he can see them in the 5th one.
You can see them in the fifth one because, and that's like a big premise too, because in the books actually it talks about, you know, basically after the first year they're taken to the boats, and then after that they're basically just taken by the carriages, and they can never see them because they're just being pulled by
So it's the 5th one that he can see
because he saw Cedric Diggory die in the 4th.
Oh yeah, that's right, not Snape.
Yeah, he sees Cedric Diggory die in the 4th one. So then that's how he can see him in the 5th one, because that's actually a big part of the 5th one. That's actually how they escape from Hogwarts to get to the Ministry of Magic, is those creatures.
Yeah. We see something in the first movie, we read about it in the first book. What happens in the first book? What is the main event of this whole Harry Potter series? So he's getting attacked by Voldemort, right?
Yeah.
Who dies right before him? His mom. Who was the baby sitting in the cradle who saw his mom die? Who should be able to see these things from the first book? Harry, but he can't until the 4th one because he doesn't see Cedric Diggory die until the 4th book.
And it's tough to say where the actual, you know, rule on that is. Maybe they actually have to be cognizant of the death. I don't know.
But
because even if you go to that, even technically speaking, Quirrell dies with Harry at that point, because, you know, Harry.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I mean, that's even, again, there's another loophole there.
Yeah, and I don't know, because he saw a couple people die, but
yeah, at least 2. If not, if we're counting out the baby one, just because he was baby, we could count that one out. But even still, Quirrell dies.
And there's if I remember this correctly, and I probably am not, his mom was carrying him.
Well, she was carrying him, but then she put him in his crib before.
So James was not hiding. James was in the hall. We see that later on when they do a flashback to Severus going to see what happened, and he sees James down in the hall, just down the hall from where Harry and his mom are. So he didn't necessarily see his dad die, but very close.
Yeah.
Depending on where Lily was with Harry when Voldemort attacked James. So there's slightly an argument there. Not much, maybe, but there's definitely the argument that Harry was a baby. As a baby, saw his mom die.
Yeah, so. It's tough to say whatever was going through, you know.
Yeah.
J.K. Rowling's mind in that, but you know, maybe she had a specific idea for why you can see them when they die. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe there's certain magical rules on that. I don't know. You know,
yeah,
that's
maybe.
Speculation. Who knows?
Well, it's
the
also
whole point of it though was just to bring it back to Cedric Diggory to you know, remind you that Harry's still going through this trauma. So that's why maybe it's through a traumatic death experience. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Who knows?
I don't know.
Maybe she didn't think about this. She's pretty calculated about her stuff. She thought a lot. Yeah, she's pretty calculated, so it's tough to say if it's a mistake.
Yeah, she really did a lot. The world she created is huge. She made this whole world of magic and laid a lot of ground rules, a lot of things, and then dove into the story. Yeah. I'd say the first 2 or 3 books were about creation of the world.
Yeah, definitely.
Versus actually diving into the story about what's actually happening.
Yeah, I mean, she really put a lot of thinking into everything she did. I'd be interested to like actually find out like how long it took her to create all this in the first place, because she obviously had ideas of what she wanted to do for probably the whole series to begin with, because she already knew she wanted 7 books just because it's 7 years of Hogwarts. That's how she designed it. But it's also would be interesting because, like, the Horcruxes don't appear until the 6th book / movie.
Sort of.
Well, I mean, like, that's the thing. Is, like, was that planned from the beginning, or did she kind of come up with that towards the end and try to figure out how to connect it?
Yeah.
Because that does happen a lot, with authors and writers for movies or whatever. Is that, later on they'll be like, oh, wait, this would be a great idea. Now how do I connect it? Oh, wait, I've got this already. But because, the Horcrux thing, like, that's what I feel like the big kind of, and I don't want to say hold up, but it's like the 7th, set of movies, especially, the first freaking half of the movie, like half of the set, they've only destroyed like one Horcrux, like 1 or 2 Horcruxes. So it's kind of like you feel like, how are they going to wrap this up in a 2-hour film?
Yeah. So it is a huge coincidence that the imagination of Tom Riddle has a basilisk, and it just so happens that the diary that was slipped into Ginny's little cauldron just so happened to be a Horcrux. So Voldemort knowingly gave up a Horcrux to one of his Death Eaters to give to Ginny.
Or somebody.
So he knowingly gives up these Horcruxes and places something, a dangerous item, to him. A piece of his soul lives within that.
Yep.
And gives it up. Now, granted, it's probably not going to create any problems. That's what he's thinking. Nobody knows what it is. Nobody knows about it. It's okay. Goes out there. And then it gets back into the hands of him and Harry, where there's this basilisk that he has. It's Tom Riddle's, the ghost of, or whatever. And just so happens that the sword of Gryffindor shows up in the magic hat by Fox and stabs him in the roof of his mouth. The fang gets stuck in his bicep and pulls that out. And now what's he thinking? I have a sword and I have a fang. So what am I going to do?
I'm going to die.
I'm going to stab the book with the fang. Not the sword, the fang. I don't know. It kind of doesn't make sense. It's such a huge coincidence. But it gets rid of a Horcrux. And maybe after she was writing it, what she was thinking was, if it's a piece of Voldemort, obviously Voldemort could talk to people through this book. Mm-hmm. Let's make this a Horcrux, which is one less that they have to take care of, making the book a little bit easier for her to write.
True.
So, because the Horcruxes were visible to everything that happened in the previous books. Mm-hmm. Pretty sure. Yeah.
And I mean, making Harry basically the last Horcrux essentially would make sense too, because, Voldemort. Because she always had like a connection with them. And that's where maybe I also think could also be an argument that she had it planned all along. Yeah. Because at the same time, it's like, well, you think about it, she's always planned it that way, that Harry kind of has a strange connection with Voldemort, whether or not she could explain it or not at the time, even herself.
Maybe that's why in The Cursed Child, Harry's scar still hurts, because a piece of Voldemort is still living within him. So, technically, Voldemort's not dead. A piece of him is still within him.
Yeah, true.
Or maybe she's explaining that away, that he died at the part 2? Or is that part 2, he died? So maybe that was like the killing off of the last bit of Voldemort? But I don't know.
It's tough to say.
I guess we'll kind of see what happens with more movies.
Yeah, we'll have to see where they go with it.
Just, I don't know, because I heard five new videos. Or 5 new movies, I guess. Yeah. So, 1 down, 4 to go. There's 3 books. Fantastic Beasts, and 2 others. Mm-hmm. So, they might do those 2 books. And they might split those 2 books. Who knows? I don't think there's enough to split, because we talked about it last time.
Yeah.
in screenwriting and amount of pages, but I don't know. We'll see what happens, I guess.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they do with it. Hopefully they don't do too much splitting.
Not enough. Yeah, not doing fluff.
Because, I think that ruins a lot of movies.
Yeah. So, because I don't know if they'll keep going with Fantastic Beasts on the Grindelwald side.
Well, I mean, he's captured at the moment.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? He's going to go to Azkaban.
Well, and I've heard rumor that they're going to lean on the what's her name? His girlfriend. The girl he really liked. The Lestrange.
Oh.
Lita, is it Lita Lestrange? Whatever. They're gonna go into that story, and they're kind of gonna get to the point, because Bellatrix was the start of that family bloodline getting into darker magic.
Okay.
So they're gonna go with that and describe that and how Voldemort gets involved with that. Which I wonder if they'll go with the Cursed Child as well.
Tough to say.
Because that would be 4. Where's the 5th one?
Yeah.
Unless there's another one out there that she's writing.
Highly doubtful. But we'll see.
Because I think she said she was done with the Cursed Child.
She's done with Harry Potter, per se. Harry Potter stuff. So if she writes any more, it would be not Harry Potter.
Yeah. Which I think she has. She's written other books.
Oh, she's written other stuff. And she's just, like Tales of the Beetle the Bard. She has.
That's it. That's the other one.
She has the book out there. It's just the bunch of the little stories and whatnot.
It's like 2 in 1.
Well, we've got a mutated
pretty
Mike and Ike there.
Sour though. They're like Mike and Ike's, but they're sours, but they're something different.
So they're Mazour. Mike and Mazour?
Mike and Ike, Sourlicious Zours.
Sourlicious Zours, huh?
Intense fruit.
Is it intense?
It's sour.
But is it intense?
It's intensely sour.
Okay. We'll go with that. Oh, man.
I think it's supposed to be intense fruit, though. Not intense sour. Also, eating on the mic's not good. It comes across so bad. You gotta buy snacks every week.
That's you, man.
Yep, that's all on me.
That's you and your bags.
I edited, though. So, I'm okay with it. There was a lot of mic bumping coming from Alex and Maddie last week.
Well, I'm curious. I don't know what mics they have. They obviously don't have boom stands.
I know he has these.
He just has the one table one, doesn't he?
Huh?
Does he have the table mic at all? Like stand?
He has a table stand.
Yeah.
Which may have been the problem. The other one, they may have just been.
They're probably like, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, I don't know, because I know he has these mics, different connections though.
Yeah, we have the nice ones.
Yeah, these are the XLR, which allows us to get a lot farther from the mic and it still be okay. Because before we had to be this close, and I'm talking really quiet so it doesn't blow it out. But we used to have to talk this close for it to come across.
Yeah, no, we don't have a whole lot of videos of us doing that. But if you ever look at past videos where we're on the mics like that,
yeah, look up episode 10.
Yeah,
was the first video podcast, and we had to be close to that mic or else it wouldn't come across.
Yeah,
that's why we got rid of those and got these ones because they're a lot more sensitive and they pick up sound a lot better. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a fan on in the background to keep it cool in here because it'll get hot real quick. A lot of equipment running gets it hot real quick.
Yep.
So, but actually, what I will do, I will announce this now because I'll get this out shortly. I'm going to do a video tutorial podcast. Wait. Did I say that right?
Podcast?
A podcast tutorial video.
Yeah.
There we go. I got the right nouns in the wrong place. I'm just all screwed up tonight. So I'm gonna make that video. I'm gonna show some of the equipment that I have that I'm using, and I'll probably do it in 2 parts. One on the equipment, and one on how to edit it through the 2 programs. I use Audacity to record the voice, and I use Premiere to cut the video. So that's that. And then I use GIMP to make the thumbnails. So I'll do those. Hopefully eventually pretty soon. Hopefully I'll record that this week, and it'll come out shortly after this comes out. So there won't be too much time between this podcast and that video.
Sweet.
But how's your videos going?
Oh boy, well right now I probably won't be putting out any of my own videos for a while, and hopefully later, just because right now it's the busy season. And you and I have videos that we want to do, so I probably won't be putting out anything for a while.
So
I have the capability of doing it right now.
Last week we talked about, and I edited parts of this out of the podcast because we obviously didn't do it. Last week we were supposed to record the Left 4 Dead video.
Yeah.
Right? Is that what we said?
That's what
that
we
were going to record it Sunday, the next day.
Nobody got to me.
I did not say a word because I was waiting for Alex.
Yep, same thing.
Never heard from him.
And
still haven't heard from him this whole week.
Because I was downloading everything that day, so I was even kind of asking questions about it.
Yeah.
And kind of waiting for the hint, are we going to start soon?
Yeah.
And nothing.
And then you texted, right? When was that you texted? Are we going to record tomorrow?
Well, because he texted that. He texted like yesterday or today. I think it was yesterday that he was like, "When are we going to record the Left 4 Dead?" I'm like, "I thought we were doing it Sunday." It's like, "Okay, we can do it Sunday." No, I thought we were doing it Sunday.
Last Sunday, yeah.
But whatever. If we do it Sunday, then hopefully we'll do that because it does sound fun. It's a challenge that we were gonna do. It's the Helm's Deep map. It's like kind of a mod for Left 4 Dead 2.
Left 4 Dead 2.
And sounds interesting. Sounds fun.
So, yeah, we want to put out more videos besides the podcast. Problem is, well, I'm the only one that does a podcast. Obviously, I have these people on the set with me, but I'm the one that records cuts it, posts it. Nobody else is doing anything else. So we want to get everybody else involved. Problem is, Alex wants me to do all the editing because he can't do it. Because I'm the only one that has a computer to do it. Well, I guess you have it, but
I have the capability too. That's my problem. Is my timing is I have to get myself in a better schedule. My problem is my schedule is the weird one. It's like I don't work until after, like right before noon, and of course now it's Christmas season. I'm going to be working all over the place.
Yeah.
So.
And I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to start work.
Yeah.
Well, I start at 5, but
see that's fine because your schedule you can get home a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
If I could get home earlier and do the same thing, then we could have more time and do stuff.
Our schedules are offset like this.
Yeah.
Where I go to work and then he goes to work and then I come home and then hours later he comes home.
Yeah.
So there's not really a whole lot of time to do stuff. Plus school.
But the positive thing about this because. Since my schedule is changing a lot more because I work at the UPS store, so obviously it's going to be busy.
This is your season.
But because my schedule is changing, I will have more time some nights. Like once a week, I'll have probably I get up at 4.
Yeah.
So we could probably do some more stuff, and I can actually get more videos out. Because we want to continue also the Minecraft challenges that we've got, but we've also got a bunch of other videos that we want to do. We've talked about it in the other podcasts, but yeah.
I posted on Twitter a questionnaire to which nobody answered. So I asked, what challenge video do you want to see next? And I think I said Far Cry 4, Far Cry 4, Left 4 Dead 2, or Minecraft. Maybe I added another one, and I got nothing from it. So it's like, we're not getting much feedback from anybody. We don't get comments. It's like, I've told people, leave comments and stuff, but we don't get feedback. So if we're not getting feedback, we're going to do what we want, unless you decide to finally give us some feedback. Tell us what you want to see, and we'll do it.
Please.
Give us a challenge. Give us something to do, and we'll do it. We'll record it.
Yeah, we want to do something that you guys want to see.
Yeah. I mean, we could do what we want to do all day, but what do you want to see? We'll do what you want to see, not necessarily what we want to do.
And we could do both.
Oh, it's going to be what we want to do anyway, because we're going to have fun doing it.
Yeah.
We could do a Surgeon Simulator.
Yeah.
That game's hard enough for me already. I can't control both sides.
Oh, man.
But we have Five Nights at Freddy's, Titanfall 2.
Did you ever get that?
I haven't really tried. I've been busy this week, actually.
Has it let you download it now yet? Or is it
not yet, no.
It's still in the pre-release?
Gosh,
that is so weird.
I have no idea.
It doesn't say when it's supposed to release?
No, because in the description it says this game will be available after launch. Well, launch already happened. And it launched for PC the same time it did for consoles. So
that is so weird.
There is a glitch somewhere. I just need to get in touch with Ubisoft and yo, release this for me.
Oh man.
But yeah. But I have been playing Far Cry Primal. I got a couple hours into it. Not a whole lot of time. Like I said, I was a little busy this week.
Mm-hmm.
It's very similar to Far Cry 4. Very similar. But it is so much harder.
I bet.
Because the weapons.
There's no guns.
You don't have any guns. You're dealing with a bow and arrow, a spear, and a club. But you can light them all on fire, which is really cool. And you just you hit anything with fire and they run away. The problem is they all come back, and so you're always on alert to your surroundings and what's going on.
So it's worse than the Eagles always.
Oh, it's so worse than the Eagles. So worse. But the Eagles are there. They haven't changed the screech either.
Oh.
The screech is exactly the same. So you're sitting there and you're you hear that Eagles cry, and then you're like, oh crap, here we go. And all I have is a bow and arrow.
So you can't shoot
as a
down.
projectile. Well, I guess I have a spear too, but
yeah,
it's
harder.
They're harder. Plus, it's like Minecraft where you have to gather the materials to make them, because if you throw them but don't retrieve them, then you lose it.
Yeah.
And it's you're constantly trying to craft. So you have to find the materials, and some materials are more rare to find.
It makes sense, but it's man.
Oh, it's so much harder. I've barely gotten into it too.
Is there any kind of storyline like the other ones, or is it just okay?
It's the same, not the same, but it has a story.
Yeah.
You are there to find a lost tribe, so that's kind of as far as I've gotten.
That's interesting.
And you start to find some people, and you start to gather them, and so you're actually, as you find them, because in Far Cry 4 you have hostage situations.
Yeah.
Well, they have similar situations, and you go there and you kill the people that are holding them hostage. You grab them, and they become a part of your tribe now.
Oh, nice.
So it says, population +1 or +2.
So you can actually build up okay.
Yeah, so you're actually building up your population.
Nice.
So
yeah, I haven't played Far Cry Primal yet. I've heard too much about it, but
it's really fun. It's hard. It's a challenge.
I bet.
But I like it. So
nice. Yeah, Final Fantasy 15's finally come out. So I've been playing that a lot.
Think about that. Think about what he just said. Final Fantasy 15.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Tell me about the 15th final time.
Oh boy. This is just like the Final Destination 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Final Destination 5. We've reached We've reached 5 different final times.
Exactly.
No, but Final Fantasy 15 is definitely a lot different than other Final Fantasies. The big thing of Final Fantasy has always been it's always been an RPG, and it's always been kind of a not quite a turn-based, but it's basically been a strategic kind of gameplay where you basically have to wait for your turn and then you can attack or heal or do whatever you need to. So that's always been kind of the big thing of Final Fantasy. This one has really changed up, like the main actual Final Fantasy ones, because they have all offset ones like Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles and Type 0 and all these other offset ones that have their own kind of genres. Some of them are action RPGs, some of them are just regular turn-based RPGs. But the main story ones, the ones that are like the numbered ones, are usually that type of gameplay, whereas this one is a completely open world, and it's real-time action. So, and it's actually not an RPG, which is interesting because most Final Fantasies are RPGs. This one is not an RPG in the sense that, past ones you can change the name of the characters if you want to. Squall, you could change that to Joe if you really wanted to. I don't know why you'd want to change Squall to Joe. I think Squall's an awesome name.
Kevin!
You could change your summon's name. No, you can name your chocobo in this game, but that's about it as far as I know, because I just got a chocobo. But this game it's really interesting. But what I like so far is that it's kept. I think it's really kept up the Final Fantasy name, because Final Fantasy is really known for its graphics, its music, because Nobuo Uematsu is like the most awesome composer of all time.
Say that 3 times fast.
Oh, yeah. But and the visual, the combat, and all that, and the storyline. It's so far it's kept up its name, and I'm really enjoying it so far.
Final Fantasy. That's his name.
Yeah.
I haven't touched Final Fantasy. It's quite the old game too.
They've had it basically. Final Fantasy 1. Man, I don't remember. I don't even know when that came out. That came out at least like early 90s. We'll look it up.
Vamp, and I'll figure it out.
Yeah, but
even...
does it even have battery?
Nope, don't even have battery on this thing. But I think we're at about time.
Just about, yeah.
So, like we said, subscribe, follow us. In the description, we have all of our social medias. If you want to check out constant updates of what's going on, check out there. And
still waiting on the 9 videos from Alex.
Still waiting on Alex's videos. He's promised us, though.
Shout out to Alex.
So we're waiting.
We are waiting, Alex.
We're waiting for you.
Yes.
Yeah, squad.
Alrighty. Well, we will keep putting out content. We'll keep putting out videos. We still got plans. Hopefully I'll get more time and we can actually do some more challenge videos of any kind. Please comment. We would love to know.
Let us know what you want to see. We have a plethora of games to choose from. If we don't have them, it's not really that hard to go get them. And we will go get them. And we'll record a video. You just issue the challenge. Give us the game and what you want us to do in the game. Now, the game, it has to be possible. Like Alex's Kill the Wither. It's possible. We didn't do it.
No.
So go, come up with something. And whatever your challenge is, just give us a challenge that's possible in a game. And we will do it. We'll record it and post it on the YouTubes on our channel, youtube.com/zombie couch.
Yep.
We have our Facebook page, Instagram page, Twitter page, and 2 Twitter pages, one for the podcast, one for Zombie Couch. So go look at those. The links are in the description. Check out the website. It is under construction still.
Yeah, we're working on that.
ZombieCouch.com. And I think that's about it. Look forward to more video podcasts. We're hoping to do more.
Yeah.
And then we'll change the setup too. So it's not so
boring.
Blue. But yeah, so we'll see you later.
Alrighty. Later.